enemies, okay?
Yeah.
And then halfway through, you climb up and you're in clouds.
You're into the air, yeah.
Yeah, and you're jumping on clouds. So, I mean, that's where it's
weird.
like this weird disconnect where the stages no longer meet. Might be a question of not having known what to do next. Maybe it's just a question of trying to be really expressionist with what they're doing. But I find that
It felt weird.
it happens a lot in Mega Man games. You'll find certain areas that really match the theme of the enemy. And then you'll find other areas where it's just like, okay, this is really weird. Why does, I don't know, Fireman have a level where I have to swim underwater? It doesn't make any sense at certain points. But that doesn't take away from how fun each level are, because it's almost like I want to be the guy, which is obviously where this gets its inspiration
Yeah, it's
from.
true.
You have to think about what you're going to do before you can even see what's coming up next. Because if you... a lot of the areas where you're falling down, there's going to be spikes.
Yeah,
so you have to almost be like looking at the bottom half of the screen to see if you should be moving before you're even there.
Yeah, and before you jump, sometimes you don't even see where the spikes are. So that's why you need to play the game at least once.
Yeah.
To know where you're gonna need to land.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be the guy. That's it's a good. Some people need to look up now.
That's a really underground game. But if you guys like hardcore gaming and like just really grinding out games.
No, that's the most grinding game you're gonna have in your life.
Yeah, it's not an easy I don't think it's even fun.
It's more like a memorable game for like not an homage, but to Mega Man and
like a nostalgic
feeling. But now we're gonna have one tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about
the 9.
Yeah, are you gonna buy it right away? That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I've already played the demo, so
that's
yeah.
why I think it's maybe the first or maybe second time on Xbox Live, and buy it now.
But you played the demo, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, I know, but whatever.
So after playing the demo of 9, I mean, we only got one level. How do you feel about how they almost tried to make it retro, but I don't think they went far enough.
What do you mean by far enough? I find it's all stuff that we already seen in Mega Man, just putting it all together. And I think, well, from what I've seen from the first level, it doesn't seem to be that hard. That I'm also very happy about.
Have you beaten the elephants?
Yes, I did.
And you didn't find that it was hard?
It was hard at the beginning, but Mega Man just find the pattern.
Okay.
Like, which one? The second one? I think the second one may be the hardest one.
No, the third one.
Oh, with the
holes.
With the holes? No, you just need to jump and...
But that's the hardest one.
I find the second one was the hardest.
Oh, yeah?
But figure out the pattern.
Well, that's what Mega Man is, just figure out the pattern and see what
No, the third one was the easiest for me, I don't know why.
Okay. I guess we each have our different challenges.
Well, that's why it's fun with Mega Man. Because, like, with certain level, I'm gonna find it easy, but the next level is gonna be hard for me, but you're gonna say, well, it was easy.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just like the 3 when you were talking before. You got a few levels, it was easier for you. Especially the spike on the roof. I hate that.
Oh, the spike on... Yeah, I think it was Magnet Man stage.
Yeah, which you're gonna see on the YouTube video this week.
Yeah, actually, that's where you'll see all the Magnet Man fun.
Yeah, that was very hard for me. Especially
really?
with the controller on the GameCube, it wasn't that perfect, so it was very hard.
Very hard. And backwards, so you couldn't shoot properly. And
yeah. Especially when it's a long time you didn't play on the GameCube version, you need to learn all the way.
All of it.
All the 20 years of gaming were for nothing.
No, basically because they put everything back.
Yeah, and you cannot change the layouts for the
Oh,
buttons.
really? That's disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
I guess I was thinking about the 9. I find that they were going retro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they didn't go 100% retro, because there were certain points where you would, in even just Concrete Man stage in the demo, you would shoot an enemy and the item that it would drop would fall behind the grass.
Okay.
So it's almost like there's 3D there, which is something that you obviously wouldn't have seen in Mega Man. So it's like, just seeing that makes me remember that this is not a retro game, it's just looking like a retro game. And if they tried to keep it almost like 100% like an old Mega Man game, I think there would have been less points where I would be almost disappointed that it's not so old. I don't know if you know what I mean here, but when they brought out this game and they announced the concept, it was, this game is old, you know, like
and even the cover art for the game.
Exactly, the way they're marketing it is that this game is from the 1990s and it got lost for 20 years.
Yeah.
But then when you play it, you realize that this game is not from the 1990s. It's just trying to look like a game from the 1990s, and they still have some really, I would say, things that the NES couldn't do back in the day, which is almost disappointing for the people who are really looking for a classic Mega Man experience.
Okay.
Exactly. But this is only one of the things. I don't know if in the other levels there's going to be more, 3D aspects where Mega Man will be behind areas and in front.
It might be.
It's hard to say if this was just one little thing, but overall, I'm interested in seeing how the rest of the game plays out, because I've seen some YouTube videos and this game looks really hard, especially the later areas.
Yeah, it looks hard, but when you play, it's not that bad. I think it seems easier than it is, but it is Mega Man.
So you're gonna go for all the challenges?
Well, the achievement you're talking about right now.
Well, there's challenges too.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna beat the game twice without taking damage.
Oh, it's twice?
Well, you have to go through each level.
No, I did Control 1 without getting hit, okay? That was maybe the biggest achievement of all time. The game without being hit, that's impossible. Just because the bosses, that's where I always have difficulties. I can make the level without any problems, but the bosses, damn. I'll need to look some YouTube videos.
Well,
or at least find the right pattern for the power-ups after.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But there's also a lot of levels. There's about 13 levels that you have to go through, and it only gets harder when you get to the last 4 because you have to fight all the bosses again.
Yeah, it's like when you did all the bosses, you need to. Yeah, it's like a Mega Man.
So I don't know how you can. Probably people out there are gonna try to
Japanese.
do it. Yeah, it's probably made for those
Japanese. Well, I think like they wanted to like the retro feeling, so they did like super hard achievement, but this is ridiculous. Some of them. I mean, if you got 5 points, you're a good gamer.
Yeah,
that's basically it.
That is a hard game.
Yeah, but at least I'm gonna finish it. That's my.
You're gonna finish it?
Well, I'm not saying in a week or in one day.
It will be finished at some point.
It will be finished, but I'm not talking about the challenge or anything.
Okay.
Just like beat the game.
Okay.
That's my.
That's good.
I guess that's the only thing that matters.
That's your pinnacle. Well, it's true. It's not an easy game. Just beating it is an achievement on its own.
Yeah, but you're gonna enjoy the game. It's not like you're gonna beat it and be mad or frustrated. You're gonna be like, I did it and I'm very happy.
Yeah, definitely.
And it only gets easier after.
How do you figure?
Well, because it gets easier because you know the pattern now.
Oh, okay.
That's in that sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You get better.
You're gonna know exactly what the boss is gonna do before the boss does anything. Yeah, okay. I can agree with that. Definitely. Good. So that concludes this week's episode.